All right, at this time, I'd like to call the regularly scheduled committee, of the whole meeting to order here in the village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will counties, Illinois, will be held on Tuesday, February 6, 2024. Village clock has it at 6:03 PM. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Brennan?
Present.
Trustee Mahoney?
Present.
Trustee Mueller?
Here.
Trustee Shaw?
Present.
Trustee Sullivan?
Here.
President Glatz?
Present.
Very good, we have a quorum. Item number 3, consider approval of the minutes of the committee of the whole meeting held on January 16th, 2024. Is there such a motion?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Thank you, Trustee Mahoney. Thank you, Trustee Shaw. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 3, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion carries. Item number 4, discuss liquor license classification adjustments. Mr. Mayor, did you want to take that?
Yeah, it was in the packet. All we're doing is cleaning up the caps.
Very good. Any questions regarding item number 4? There are none. Is there a motion to move item number 4 to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Sullivan. Thank you, Trustee Brady. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 4, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion will carry. Item number 5, discuss procurement policy manual.
I will
Anna?
take that one. Thank you, Trustee Brennan. So I sent this to the entire board earlier in the week, last week, I should say, since it is about a 30-page document, to make sure everyone had time to review. I didn't receive any questions, so I won't go super in-depth, but I just wanted to kind of highlight 3 main things. So our purchasing policy, we're essentially just updating it. We do review and update it every so often, the last 2 times being 2017 and 2019, so it's been a few years and was due for a review. So we're taking the purchasing policy, we are retitling it to procurement policy just to kind of match our operations a bit better. But in terms of the 3 main updates, first and foremost, we looked at our approval limits. So for things like purchase orders, for example, right now those are at $500. So we've upped that to $2,500. It just works a lot better and in line with our operations, given a municipality of our size. It just helps to streamline processes a bit. So some of our approval limits have been adjusted slightly. That includes the village manager's authority. Right now, the manager's authority is at $20,000. We are increasing that to $25,000, so nothing major. But that is in line with state bidding ordinance and guidelines. So it's not uncommon for a lot of municipalities to use that $25,000 threshold. So that changes in there. And then the last one is the credit card policy. So right now, the village has 1 single credit card for all operations. So in working with our banks and doing review, our banks have really strong programs for credit cards, often known as purchasing card programs. And these programs allow for us to set essentially daily limits, monthly limits. We can decide who has what authority to purchase what kind of products or commodities, all different types of things. So there's a lot of controls that can be placed on these cards, and we think it'll, again, help kind of streamline a lot of our operations. So wanted to highlight those 3 main changes. If there's any other questions, I'd be more than happy to answer. Also don't want to forget Sadi Rivera, our contract administrator, is here today. She did a lot of the heavy lifting for this. So if there's any questions, either her or I could answer.
Very good. Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, I think this is a good step in the right direction as far as operational efficiencies. So I'm happy to see the adjustments being made. So I'll open it up to any questions or comments.
I'd just like to chime in on that.
Yep, go ahead.
I didn't get a chance to call you, but that's primarily because I did go through it, and I thought it was well done. I didn't really have any questions, per se. I just want to compliment the analysis. I thought it was laid out very well, and I would agree with the recommendations and the changes. When it comes to the card program, I do think that that's a really wise way to go, considering we haven't had that in place. When we go to implement it, I would like to chat about that, because it's something that I agree, we need the controls in place up front from the beginning. and it has to be instilled. So I want to understand how that's going to be rolled out.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, trustee Shaw. Any other questions, comments? Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, and then one other thing to add to this, why we're making changes, is we can't, the village for credit card purchases can't collect points and receive money back for using it the way it's set up. And so that's the next step after this. They have to pass this policy, and then they're gonna come back to the board and discuss with our bank on how they're gonna give us cash back on our purchases. So it'll allow staff to start buying more of the stuff on credit card. We can get away from writing checks. You know, there's a lot of checks that are being washed by businesses, and it'll allow the village to earn points. So like say if we're leaving a lot of money on the table that we'll be able to now recapture by doing this. So thank you to staff for the work on this.
I just on that point, on the rebate and bonus, for work, I'm in the middle of auditing that, and it's pretty lucrative. And
Yeah.
especially with what the village's spend is, it could be pretty considerable to bring that back into the funds.
It's a large amount that we could be getting.
Anything on there?
No, all the same points.
Very
That
good.
was put together very well, explained very well, and I had no questions, but thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Hannah. Is there a motion to move item number 5 to the
I'll
village
make that
board?
motion.
Thank you, trustee Shaw. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Sullivan. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll on item number 5?
Roll call for item 5, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion will carry. Item number 6, discuss membership renewal with the SMMA, South Suburban Mayors and Managers Association. Pat?
Just our annual renewal.
Very good. Any questions for Pat?
And Lisa
Short and
Valley
sweet.
Lisa Valley did the heavy lifting on doing the memo for that, so. Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. And- All right. Is there a motion to move item number 6 to the village board?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Is there a
I'll
second?
second.
Thank you, trustee Sullivan. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 6, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. The motion will carry.
I think Pat's in trouble. We got a head shake in the back row for that comment.
Item number 7, discuss demolition contract with RC Wagner Construction Company for the property located at 7050 through 7060, 171st Street. John?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. This is the first phase of the Harmony Square project, the demolition of the, I'm sorry, wrong item. This is the old sports station building, yeah, on 171st Street. So Village purchased this property through Land Bank. Community Development asked Public Works assistance on this, and we had RC Wegman assist us with coordinating the bid package and abatement of this site, and we put it out to bid for a GMP of $127,924, asking for committee and board approval for this amount.
Thank you, John. Any questions for John?
I think it's great that we're able to get this through the land bank and finally get it cleaned up and hopefully get it back out there and put it to use. So
Very good.
thanks, everybody, for your help.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Any other questions or comments? There are none. Is there a motion to move item number 7 to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, trustee Brady. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 7, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion will carry. Item number 8, discuss contract with RC Wagman Construction Company for Harmony Square infrastructure improvements, master agreement, site and demolition of buildings located at 17329 Oak Park Avenue and 6760 North Street. John?
All right, thank you. This is the one I jumped the gun on the previous item. This is for the first phase of Harmony Square. It is the master agreement with RC Wegman for the project out there, beginning with the demolition of the buildings, T-ins and the adjacent previous liquor store. Along with that, there is two items. We are looking to get a pre-purchase approval through a co-op of the HVAC equipment and the electrical panels and equipment. Because of the long lead times of this equipment, we had it spec'd out prior to going out to bid and selecting the electricians and the HVAC technicians at the next phase. Not only does it help us get the equipment sooner, it gets us at a lower cost with the guaranteed pricing that was given to us at the co-op. So again, looking for committee and board approval of overall cost of $742,172.
Very good. Thank you, John. Any questions regarding item number 8? Nothing? No? Is there a motion to move item number 8 to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Is there a second? Thank you, trustee Brady. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll for item number 8?
Roll call for item 8, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. Motion carries. Item number 9, discuss Harmony Square Plaza Phase 2 contracts with the following: Tria Architecture, the Lakota Group, and Christopher Burke Engineering. John?
Yes, thank you again. As we start reaching into this next phase of the project, as design is starting to wrap up, we're going to be seeing construction observation costs and commissioning costs. The original professional services agreements or PSAs that we originally approved, we're asking for amendments to those. Same verbiage in the agreements, but dollar amounts will change with the addition of scope. And as you can see in the memo that each of those agencies have had additional costs attached to them at a not to exceed amount of $970,000. There is a line item for design and engineering contingency as we put in all our projects, but the overall cost is $970,000. And this one is for, again, all of the agencies as attached.
Very good. Thank you, John. Any questions from the committee on item number 9 for John? See none. Nothing down here. Is there a motion to move item number 9 to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Is there a second?
Oh, second?
I'll give that one to trustee Mahoney. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll for item number 9?
Roll call for item 9, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. Motion carries. And item number 9, item number 10, discuss professional services agreement with Colon Construction Management for Harmony Square infrastructure improvements. John?
Yes, final one here, thank you. So the beginning of this project, we brought on R.C. Wegman because of our history with the agency, and they subcontracted to Colon Construction as the construction observation and owner's rep. Now that we've gotten to the point of actual construction, it was recommended that we separated the two agencies. So Colon Construction could be the owner's rep and Wegman would be the construction manager. This is an industry standard. By separating those contracts, it allows Colon to be a non-biased agency on our behalf, and then to pretty much monitor, maintain, and police all the other agencies as such and not be held under the standard of the subcontract with Wegman. So the contract with Colon is in the amount of $21,500 per month, and it is a standard for that cost. And there are some notes for additional services, but all of this falls in line with what the services they're providing.
Very good. Thank you, John. Any questions for John regarding item number 10? See none. Is there a motion to move item number 10 to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Mahoney. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 10, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion carries. Moving on to item number 11, receive comments from the public. See none. Is there a motion to adjourn the committee of the whole?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, trustee Sullivan. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, trustee Brady. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll for adjournment?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. We are adjourned at 6:18 PM.